welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to talk about morning routines and why they're very overrated and why you actually don't need a routine, and if you have a routine, how to actually make the most out of it so it actually serves you instead of distracts you like some morning routines do. So yeah, enjoy the video and let's just dive right into it. Alright, so let's start with the most important question. What's wrong with having a morning routine? Let's be honest, right? There's nothing in particularly wrong with having a morning routine. I used to have a morning routine since I was 15 and 16, and especially since then I started to shape my morning routines. I started to wake up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. It was just different types of routines for different season of life. But essentially, right now, when I'm progressing in my entrepreneurial journey, learning a lot and trying new different things, I've seen how a morning routine can actually do the opposite than of what we want. What we want to do with the morning routine is to be focused, get us ready for a day of work, and prime us to have a good day. Because I'm a proponent of, if you have a good morning, then the rest of the day is going to be also good. So whatever happens in the morning, the first hour after you wake up, that pretty much will predict your day and the events and the mood and the mindset that you will have throughout the day. It always happened for me. Okay, so I am like a huge proponent of the fact that whatever happens in the first hour of the day stays for the rest of the day. So, but what's wrong with having a morning routine is, let's just put this away. So the first thing that is, sometimes morning routines act as distractions and avoidance of doing something. So let me give you an example. So for example, when I started my agency back in 2020, I hated doing outreach, like email outreach, sending emails to e-commerce brands every single day. I hated it. So my morning routine was around like almost 2 hours long. So I woke up at 5 a.m., got my coffee, read a book, then went on a sort of exercise and went on a walk and all of that. But then I noticed how I'm avoiding the most important task. And then when I actually got to my desk and started to work on it, I felt fatigued because all that mental energy that I had in the morning was gone, since I wasted it on other activities. It's not like a waste, but I spent my energy and focus on different activities that are not the activity that I'm supposed to be doing. So I acknowledge that I'm avoiding certain tasks. So sometimes those morning routines look like they're a benefit for us, but essentially sometimes we're just distracting ourselves, trying to do everything that we can before doing that one most important task, which is usually boring and something that we don't want to do. So that's the one thing that I believe is wrong with having a morning routine, and having especially a long morning routine that doesn't actually serve you but distracts you instead. So the second point is that a lot of people, maybe you, I for sure did this, and sometimes I catch myself doing it even after knowing this, is that copying other people's routines before actually learning more about your unique biochemistry and understanding that every human being is wired differently, and what worked for them, other entrepreneurs, may not work for you. So whenever you see these videos of entrepreneurs on YouTube share like my 5 a.m. morning routine, my 4 a.m. morning routine, like it's amazing. Like they have morning routines, they have their own rituals and all of that. A certain time they wake up, the certain activities that they do. But what's wrong about this? After I started learning a little bit more about like peak performance, I started to see like how every single human being is wired differently. Meaning that every single one of us has different biochemistry, different chronotype. What that means is that when you've experienced it in your life as well. Someone told you to start waking up at 5 a.m., so you did, and you didn't really feel good. Like you felt tired, fatigued, you couldn't make good decisions, you always felt sleepy, irritated, frustrated, moody. So what benefit does this type of thing of waking up at 5 a.m. did to you? Like what benefit did you gain from this? Well, probably none, since you were fatigued and since you have like low energy. And as an entrepreneur, you have to have very high energy and focus to get things done and grow your business. So copying other people's routines without actually doing some research on yourself and what works for you is a big mistake that I've learned the hard way. But yeah, so what I would suggest here, so instead of copying other people, go online and do a chronotype test. You will I will leave the link in the description of the website where you can do your chronotype test where you will actually find what your chronotype is. I will make a video about that later on. But essentially, there are 4 types of chronotypes. You can be a lion, you can be a bear, a dolphin, or a wolf, right? And every single one of these has specific wake up times, bedtimes, and also a routine that is suggested for you to do. That doesn't mean spending 2 hours reading a book or doing exercise or meditation, journaling, affirmation, whatever. It's pretty much, you'll learn where your prime focus is, what's the best time for you to wake up, and all of that. So I will leave the link in the description. Now, the next point is, here. So it's cool to say that you wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning, but it never has long-lasting effects. You can sustain for months, but if not years, to build consistency, discipline, and momentum. So what you want to do as an entrepreneur, you have to always look for ways to build consistency, momentum, and sustain a particular habit. So if you know right now that you cannot sustain waking up at 4 a.m., then don't do it. There's nothing wrong in waking up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. Again, do the chronotype and then identify what's your best time to wake up. Don't try to copy. You're not like missing out. There's nothing wrong about waking up at a certain hour that makes you ready for the day, because that's the ultimate goal. Like, people romanticize, a lot of people overestimate the morning routines and having a morning routine and waking up early and all of that. Honestly, it's just about how you feel, and morning routine and wake up times should be custom tailored to you and to your unique biochemistry. So make sure you do your own research, and also, if you cannot do 4 a.m. wake ups, then don't do them. Do something that you can sustain for months and years, because that's what you want to focus on. And the last thing here is, just to agitate on the point above, the result is usually the opposite. So you will feel fatigued, lack of focus, you'll experience burnout, lack of energy, you will see no progress and no results, when it comes to your business. And then you will sit here and understand, you won't understand, like, why is this happening to me? I'm doing exactly what this entrepreneur online is doing, having the same routine, but for some reason I just cannot succeed. Well, it's because it's not made for you, and that's okay. Now, what I've learned over the years, right now I don't have like a particular routine, and what I've learned over the months and years is that sometimes what's the best to do in the morning is to just wake up and go straight to work. You see all those entrepreneurs like Alex Hormozi, for example. He also preaches this. He also says this in his content, that his morning routine is just waking up and go to work immediately. And I'm a huge fan of that, because I believe when you wake up, your willpower, your energy, your motivation, everything is very high, especially clarity. So if you just wake up in the morning and you sit behind your desk and work on the most important task of the day, you actually have the energy, mental energy, to do it. And that way you're going to crush your work, and you wouldn't be procrastinating, because in the morning there's nothing that distracted you, unless you, for example, check social media, went on YouTube and spent a couple minutes scrolling, so that can really mess up your dopamine levels, so don't do that. But essentially, you want to wake up and go to work. So what to do instead, what to do instead of having like a 2-hour long morning routine, doing all of these activities that add just a couple of things to your to-do list and pretty much don't serve you at all. So what to do instead? What I suggest to do is to optimize yourself and create this consistency, so you can wake up every single morning and go straight to work. Okay, so what you really want to do is you want to sleep better, eat better, and do everything the night before, so when you wake up you feel high energy, you don't feel fatigued, you don't feel sleepy, you wake up not tired, and immediately you can sit behind your desk and do the work. No distractions, pure focus. So that's the thing that you want to focus on, instead of building this whole long morning routine, right? Because you want to optimize for you to sit behind your desk and do your work. Yeah. So that's the most important insight that I've learned over the years, especially this year. And I hope this clarified the idea of having a morning routine. You honestly don't have to have a morning routine. Instead of adding all of those things, just prime yourself to wake up not fatigued, having a good night's sleep, eating right, exercising, having ritual, that you unwind before bed so you can sleep well. Make sure you have higher melatonin levels, and don't mess up your dopamine levels upon awakening, because that will definitely mess up your morning work block where you need 100% focus and high energy. So yeah, I hope this video helped you out. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment. Also, if you would like to have a free guide that will help you increase your focus and pretty much crush your daily work without need of willpower, motivation, and without any resistance, then click the link in the description where you can claim this free guide. And yeah, if you'd like to join the group, you can also find the link to join the group. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Like and subscribe if you like this video. Thank you.